Rwanda is often referred to as the land of 1,000 hills, and it is an absolutely beautiful country, but unfortunately, most of those hills are now denuded of natural forests. This happens because people living in essentially a pre-industrial society are totally dependent on household agriculture. The loss of this forest has serious long-term consequences for the very people who are destroying it. That's not to portray them as bad people. They are simply trying to feed themselves and feed their families. 95% of the citizens of Rwanda are dependent for their livelihoods on what they can grow in very small patches of land. This land has to be cleared of forest in order to be productive. When the land is cleared, of course, the trees are lost. So small-scale agriculture is the main cause of deforestation of those 1,000 hills. Then people want to acquire cattle. And cattle really seal the deal because they leave the fields and actually enter any forested areas. They eat all of the seedlings. Any attempt at the forest to regenerate is aborted by these cattle entering the area. People are dependent on wood and wood products. There is no oil. There is no natural gas yet. There is no electricity. If they're going to warm their beans for supper, if they're going to have any light at all in the evening, if they're going to have any warmth for their children, they have to burn wood and charcoal made out of wood. All of these pressures combine to dramatically and rapidly reduce the amount of native forest cover in Rwanda and, of course, elsewhere around the world. It is the worst case scenario for ape conservation. It is an Alamo, a last chance for 14 chimpanzees surrounded by 400,000 hungry people. It doesn't get worse than that. If we can save these chimpanzees, apes and other primates and other endangered species can be saved anywhere in the world. We realize we cannot save chimpanzees without helping people, and we can't help people without saving chimpanzees. So what that means is, if we want a long-term sustainable solution and help Gishwati forests grow and help their chimpanzee population increase, we're also going to have to improve people's social status and economic livelihoods. Otherwise, they're going to continue to turn to the existing forest for some sort of sustenance. We've got to help people realize that unless that forest survives and provides services in the form of clean water, cleansed air, erosion control, that their livelihood is going to be seriously and negatively impacted. Our goal is not only to grow the Gishwati forest, but to grow it in a particular direction so that it will ultimately connect with another large forest with chimpanzees that is about 30 miles away. If we can connect these forests, not only do we provide a lot more habitat for the Gishwati chimpanzees, but we also provide them with an opportunity to select mates that are not as closely related genetically as the mates that are available to them within the small population. The effects of deforestation are not just some abstract value that we put on the biodiversity, we being in the developed world, but in fact, the detrimental and deleterious effects of deforestation are now being felt on a daily basis by the citizens closest to those forests.